Module 5, Task Initiation and Completion. So task initiation and completion is an executive function skill that details the energy it takes to stop one task and to move on to another. And as we mentioned before, it can be something you prefer to do to something that's not really preferred. And completion, of course, is the task completion is to finish the task all the way until it's completed to the end. So, why is this important? Because when you look at the different sections, it's an energy. It requires some energy. The energy is required to change focus, the energy required to change task, and to keep a positive attitude is an executive function and skill that can be developed. So without this, many instructors, teachers, or leaders may feel like they're a cheerleader or coach or a teacher, counselor, referee, and entertainer all at the same time. So, because they're constantly asking their learners to, um, prompting them to do complete tasks or to start tasks or to finish tasks, or in the middle if they have any questions, or if the students are left alone in some cases, the learner has a hard time beginning tasks, and it could be because of the issues with a lack of skill learning how to initiate tasks. It seems kind of simple, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. So what can you do? So learners with attention issues will always need constant encouragement. There's no way around that. Um, Start a countdown till the task begins. Establish some routines and provide prompts to a transition. It's like, hey, okay, in 3 minutes, we're going to move to the next subject or the next chapter or the next activity, and move immediately to that next task after you complete the first one. So in this case, you won't be taking a break, just depending on the individual. Or you could do the timer and have the 15 minutes of activity and a 5-minute break, and then move immediately to the next task. And by doing that, you will be establishing a routine that will help not only the instructor, but the student as well. So another option you can do is work backwards. What would you like to complete? What would you like to finish? And from there, we can determine what's the end goal. So once we have the end goal, we can then lay out a series of steps going backwards from finish back to beginning, and then track those steps to see how we're doing. And that way, you kind of got a glimpse of what it's going to be like in the end. And now you're in the middle and will maybe motivate a learner to continue going because they can see the end because that's where you started, and now you're in the middle and just needs a few more parts put together, and that is definitely something that will help benefit in task initiation and completion. So another option is to have the individuals discuss on the task completions and work independently. Some people just want to be left alone. Of course, there's time issues and how you're going to do it and planning and all the other things that go along with the executive function skills that need to be worked out. But allow the learner to ask for ideas, present some ideas, and talk about how some problems can be solved. Get peer assistant. There's some peers who are really good at initiating tasks and completing, and a peer can be a great role model for another student, especially if they have a good connection with each other. And of course, playing music. If you have your or the individual's favorite song or just music in general, will help kind of get things moving and the student motivated to not only participate but um, ask questions and maybe do some more independent things for themselves as they feel as the music is just kind of helping them and their mood and their attitude and their level of attention and focus is a lot greater because of just having music. So, some of the takeaways today in this section is one of the core skills of effective as task initiation and completion, and one of the core skills that includes time management, planning, and organization that will work together with task initiation. And some of the behavior issues are really task initiation and completion skill deficits. And so this is an area that can be looked at and taught. So don't stop being all the assigned personnel listed in the slides in this module, meaning the referee, the cheerleader, the instructor, the counselor. So you have to continue to do that as a leader and person who understands that things must get done, and developing routines and checklists, as we talked about in the other slides, which will be very beneficial and effective for the student to learn how to do these tasks eventually on their own and complete them on their own. Thank you.